be one of the things, because when people say, "Oh, I'm living soft girl era," they're like, "Soft? You just soft? Like you're in full submission, you're surrender." Like we didn't say we were weak. We just said we were feminine. We just said we're ladies. And by no means am I a pushover or a doormat. I'm just a lady, and I'm carrying myself as such. And I think that may be one of, a thing that may rip that for a woman, or her believing that if she's in her feminine energy, it's taking away from her being maybe the boss that she is in her work life. A lot of women try to take boss and put it from work life to home life. And it's like, if I'm married to my husband, I'm not a boss at home. You know what I'm saying? I may be the CEO. I may be that, but I'm not like the head honcho. At the end of the day, I give my suggestions, my feedback, but if he is the head of my household, the final decision comes up to him on what's best for our family. So I would say that some women feel like being in a position of femininity or being in a position of a soft girl means that you're taking the back seat to something, and that's not true at all, because you can move the world with your femininity easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
I'll say it again. They will kill for femininity. They will kill for that. Men will kill for femininity faster than some masculine shit. Let me be wrong. Welcome to another episode of Talking That Talk Official Podcast, where we have comfortable and uncomfortable conversations. I am your host, Juice, aka No Ordinary Brother.
All right, what's good, world? Welcome back to your favorite show. I go by the name of King Exodus. We appreciate your time as always. Right? Juice,
Yes.
you got it?
All right. Coming back to the platform, we have a returning all-star. Hey, I know Miss Peach. She just came in here and gave y'all the sex education. She's always displayed that feminine aspect of a woman, that feminine quality that us men do love and want to protect and crave. I do want to say it's always a pleasure working with her. And as we come back to this episode, we want to introduce y'all to a new class of femininity and fitness. Miss Peach, welcome back.
Hi, I am so grateful to be back with y'all. The fact that y'all always ask me to come back, and the fact that your audience enjoys when I come back, just makes my heart explode. Like, I was like shaking, because it just makes me feel like I'm living through my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because people are being touched, and people are listening and learning. So, yeah.
Facts.
All right. So do I want to open it up? Can you want to open up X, or do I need to open it up?
Open it up.
All right, man.
We have a great interview coming up. Talking to Talk Official Podcast alumni. Very requested person to come back as always. So we're going to kick it off with the fitness aspect of the conversation before we get into the whole femininity thing. That may be a longer conversation. It's more complex. So going into the fitness aspect of the conversation, Peaches, what was your introduction to your fitness journey? We'll start it right there. What was your introduction?
Okay, so I really jumped into fitness when COVID hit, because I went into COVID and I was like, man, I'm not a very like sit down type of person. So just knowing I was gonna be at home, I was like, okay, I'm glad I'll be at home, because I was normally like out working, kids, everything, right? And I didn't really spend a lot of time at home, other than when it was time for us to go to bed, or for me to get the kids, to bed or whatever. And it just really gave me an opportunity to be at home and really like focus in on myself, really like see my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like have an actual, like, just having time with myself. And my cousin was like, I'm gonna work out for 30 days straight. I want you to join me. And she was like, she just said it. And I was like, okay, shit, we ain't doing nothing else. It's COVID. Like, there's nothing to do anyway. So we started, and I was very heavy at the time. And I didn't know how I was going to get through it because we were doing an hour workout 30 days straight, like no days off. And I was like, I can't believe I signed up for this shit. But I did it. And every day it was hard. Like, I'm not even going to make it seem like it was easy. Every day it was hard. But I learned that, yes, every day is hard and every day will be harder, but you get stronger in it. So it was really just me being home in COVID and my cousin just being really determined. Like, I could hear in her voice that she was about it. So I was like, I'll be about it with you. So that was pretty much it. Just having someone being my accountability partner and me just knowing in my mind that I'm not going to sit here in COVID and eat myself to death. So, or, depress myself to death because there's no social interaction really. So that was what got me started.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I like that because a lot of people on the reversal side, they use COVID as an excuse to become more unhealthy, more lazy, but you use it as an opportunity to better yourself. So most definitely, I like it.
Definitely.
You got it.
Definitely. I was going to say the exact same thing because a lot of people gain a lot of weight. I know I was using Uber Eats like crazy, like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? And, during that time period, there was like, a situation that happened with Black Lives Matter. They was like, hey, we're going to get Black Lives Matter and all black restaurants free delivery. I said, free delivery. I want to, I'm saying, I'm
I'm
ordering
black.
all
Bring
the
me
black
free
restaurants.
delivery. Yeah.
You got me right there, buddy. What free delivery? All right, let's make this happen. But yes, most definitely, I do want to say that. So I want to say, what was the biggest challenge when you got started in fitness? Was it the exercise or the diet?
For me, it was really the exercise. It was, putting my body through the exercise because the diet wasn't hard because I enjoy cooking. So the fact that I was still going to be cooking, I was going to be cooking better and it was going to make me look better. Like, okay, let's do it. Like, because everybody's like, oh, I like cooking, but I only like cooking this. And it's like, but cooking that is what's keeping you where you are. You know what I'm saying? If you like cooking, you'll be able to make that perspective shift and say, hey, I'm still doing what I love, which is cooking, but I'm making a better choice that'll make me better. You know what I'm saying? Not only externally, but internally, mentally, So it was just the exercise because it was a lot. We did a lot of cardio. And for me being a bigger girl, cardio is tough. Like, what? Like, don't let the weight be waiting. Like,
The weight be waiting.
it be waiting.
That's
Like,
something new. That's something new right there.
Like, even now that I'm smaller, there's parts of me that are still heavy. And I'm like, if I move the weight I was at, if I was able to move that shit, this weight that I'm at now, oh yeah, I'm moving it, shaking it, everything. Like, I'm not gonna let nothing stop me because I didn't let where I was stop me from being where I am now. So yeah, it was exercise. Now I'm doing everything that's hard. I don't give a damn. I'm trying it at least once, and if I can do it, I'm gonna try it again. You know what I'm saying? If I can't do it, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try again. So it's just determination, really.
I love it. She said, if it's hard, I'm gonna try it. Hey, most people don't do that. Hey, fellas, y'all better step your game up. I'm just saying.
Step it up.
For sure. Yeah, and the whole COVID thing was crazy for me because when the gym shut down, I lost my mind. I literally had a breakdown. I didn't know what to do. So I'm calling all the people I know who've been in prison before. I'm like, what did y'all do when you was locked up? I'm lifting water jugs and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm lifting gallons of water, all kind of shit. Going to the park, doing pull-ups. But alrighty. So in your fitness journey, what was the most difficult exercise that you did? You know?
I can give you the most difficult and my most favorite, right? Because when I started working out, we started with cardio. So cardio for me was most difficult, but my cousin and I made it fun because we started walking and we started walking everywhere. Like, I've walked from Reed. I don't know if anybody know where 288 and Reed. I've walked from 288 and Reed
We know.
all the way to NRG and back, and just did it because it's just fun. I got my headphones. I got my sweat vest on. I got my music. It's lit. Like, we out here and we up like 6 a.m. Like, let's go. But so instead of so cardio was the toughest for me, but finding different ways to do it that was fun for me, like superseded everything for me. And also with step, like Motion Tell, I'm gonna have to tag her. Her step class brought me like that shit slimmed me down so fast because it's active cardio. Like you doing straight cardio for an hour. So if y'all ever see me do like step on like a step board, like those moves I do, we do that shit for an hour straight. So you can imagine the amount of fat burning you're doing in a class like that. So just me, cardio was the hardest because I don't like running, even though now that I'm smaller, I'm running a lot more. But first it was cardio with the running because of the breathing. I didn't know how to control my breath. And then my most favorite exercise was when I started lifting weights. Yeah, that completely took over everything. Like when I started lifting, like at first when I started out, I was just doing like calisthenics, like straight body weight. And that really got me like slim enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna try some real tough ass cardio shit. Excuse my language, but this is how I talk. So y'all just But when I started lifting the weights, oh, it was over with. Like it was the fact that it was hard, but it was hard enough for me to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of like a challenge in a way because this is me giving my body an opportunity to show up and to, you know, show me where we are and where we've progressed. You know what I'm saying? Where we're going. So my favorite is weights. Yeah.
You got it? Okay. You know, I'm just saying, listen, he said, listen, add about 25 pounds to this bitch. Hey, listen, when I be working out, I got people with me, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the main things, you know what I'm saying? We be, whether we slapping each other arm, like, yo, get, you know what I'm saying? My homeboy, like, he got this thing, he be like, when we lifting, like, we doing, like, chest workout, and we lifting something heavy, he'd be like, man, get that fat bitch off you, man. You better go get that. You know? And sometimes you get so psyched out, like, you forget you're pushing weights, and that, you know what I'm saying, you push out air, because, you know, it's a breathing technique as you push, you know, extend and you push out. So, okay, that's what's up. I mean, okay, so we went through the hardest workout. We went through the diet. So I'll say this. Did you end up becoming somebody else's motivation doing your workouts? Like, did you inspire anybody else?
I believe so. I mean, all these people that follow me. No, I have inspired some people. Actually, people actually like DM me and say, "Hey, you inspired me. You make me want to get up and do it." And I always tell them, "Girl, if I could do what I was doing at 270, if I could move the way I was moving, you can do it. It's really just mental. It's really not your body. It's you telling your body, hey, we're gonna do it, and actually making your body do it. Sometimes the mind and the body is disconnected, and we just have to realign it and let it know that, hey, this, and I said this in my last video, like this just seems hard, but is it really? You're overthinking the process. You haven't even went through it. You still on the outside. You haven't even walked through the forest to know if it's either a jungle or if it's an enchanted forest. You know, you don't know. You haven't went through it. So really just don't overthink the process. I think a lot of people get in their heads and they overthink working out. And they lose the momentum and they get discouraged and they end up saying, oh, I'm gonna go Monday. It's Friday and they're like, oh, I'm gonna start Monday. And Monday turns into Wednesday. Wednesday turns into Friday. Then now we back at Monday again. Or it's like when you already in the mindset to do it right then. Do it right then. Don't wait for it. So yeah, I don't even know what the question was, but yeah.
That was good. We like that.
I'm good with that. Hey,
I had a coworker, and it was like, man, I gave up drinking. He was real heavy on the Henny. That was one of my Hennessy bros. We was heavy on the Henny, and he was like, man, you know, I'm gonna start working out. I knew he was kind of bullshitting, so I kind of pushed him a little bit. I said, all right, hey, just start off, just pull up in the parking lot. Just let that beast pull up in the parking lot. You can leave the parking lot, just pull up. Hey, and then next day, hit the door. You know what I'm saying? Walk in, look around. You can leave, but you just made 2 steps. Then maybe on your third, you know, trip, you can talk to somebody, get your membership going. Maybe on the 4th day, you'll hit it. Like, people don't understand, like, every step counts. if you're trying to get into your fitness journey. Like every little step counts. So going off of that, how would you say fitness improved your personal life? And I mean, we got a sex coach on here, so it's a double header. How did it also improve your sex life as well?
Okay. How did it improve my sex life? How did it improve my overall life
Yeah,
first, right?
yeah, overall, yeah.
So I believe that it really helped me. Honestly, I'm a mom. I'm a mom of three. For whoever doesn't
Mm-hmm.
know, my kids are 11, 9, and 7. So they're like, you know what I'm saying, kind of close, and it's more of them than me. So I have that pressure, you know what I'm saying, of showing up for all of them. I have the pressure of showing up for my job. I have the pressure of showing up for my family, for myself. And working out really gave me like an opportunity, an hour to where it's just me working on me. And it really just gave me that space to say, you know what, nothing else right now matters except for me and this workout. The workout gonna be hard, but that's okay. We got shit in life that's even harder. So it really helped me change my perspective on viewing life, and the things that I go through in life. Whether it's, like I said before, whether I'm perceiving that it's hard or is it actually hard. Like, yeah, this looks like a lot of weight on this bar, but I've squatted more. So why am I looking at it, looking like it's more
Mm-hmm.
and overthinking myself, and I can really handle this weight? Whereas in life, there's a situation with them, you know, this is really happening. Can I really, take myself through this, or will I crumble? Well, you've taken on harder things, you're a single mom of three, period. That's like clearly taking care of herself and her children. So you've been through harder things. So don't look at it that way. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I like that. All right.
Okay, okay. I like.
Oh, how to improve my sex life, right?
Yeah, it's the double header.
So, working out. Well, for one, I feel like I have a better libido. Like I have a better drive for
Yeah.
it, rather than when I was a bigger girl. It kind of like, yes, I desired it, but the desire was low because my body was not at its best functioning self. Like I was, bigger, dealing with that and like emotions because of that and all those kinds of things. And it's like didn't really make space for that in my mind. So mine is already watered down with body, right? I can't really think about having sex because maybe I'm overthinking how I'm looking while I'm on top, or maybe I'm overthinking how he's looking at me when he look. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of physicality, mental things that's going on in my mind. But now that I'm here, what's better? Wait,
Mhm.
the fact that I work my lower body, the fact that I work my upper body, all of that matters, ladies. I'm telling you, okay? It matters. Work your upper body. It matters. It will make you look so good. Just going to the sex aspect, it will make you look so good when you're facing this way, right? And your back may appear like it's wide because you work it, but it's gonna bring your waist to look so much more inward. That's how you get an hourglass. You have to work your upper body. That's what really brings everything in, because right now I'm sitting, but if I was put my hands right here, you know what I mean? And then I have, so it works. It helps with everything.
Hey, fellas, take notes. Take notes. Get you a
Yeah.
girl in the gym. And yeah. Fellas, when
Or get your girl
y'all
that's
in
trying to do
there.
better, you
Right, right.
know?
Yeah. Hey, fellas, when you and I, all them push-ups, you're just trying to stay on top a long time, you need the triceps, you need the shoulder muscle, you don't want to be up there trembling and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then you attracted to the female, but you get a different vibe when you like, yeah, I'm ready for war. Like I look good while I'm doing this shit. Like you fellas, like fitness go a long way. Yeah.
Exactly. And it also helps. I'm gonna wrap it up after this, guys. I'm sorry. But it also helps ladies with like your bodily secretions. Like we know as women, like we can't help the fluid that flows out of us, whether it's whatever. We're an open portal. You know what I'm saying? So it really helps alleviate all of that. It makes the menstrual a lot smoother, a lot lighter for some people. And it really just opens your body up to a more healthier, way of living, not just what you see on the outside, but like your internal body will just be so much better, so much more cleansed. Like I feel like that's the main thing when you start working out, you start eating better, like everything takes effect. Not just like my organs and all that shit. No, like your vulva, all of that takes, your butt, like all of that takes, some very good. I'm missing my words, but it's taking all the good from all of that shit. Like eating good, working out, your whole body's going to benefit from all of it.
I like that. She give you the little sexual improvements and how to do that, and then she give you the scientific breakdown at the same time. I like
you
that.
gotta,
Very,
you
very
gotta
good
have it
spirit.
all.
I like that. I like that. All right. You got it, man.
Okay. I'm just saying, look, what I'm getting is you should look good, smell good.
Yeah.
When you
Gotta
work
smell
out,
good.
huh?
I
No, I'm
said you
saying when
gotta
you
smell
really
good.
like that. I mean, you're not gonna ever smell good when you work out. But no, on that sexual aspect when it comes to cardio, hey, look, that shit is real. Like, fellas, like when you can learn how to move your hips in different ways, you'll hit your core sometimes when you stroke. I mean, listen, it be some miraculous things. You can actually hit the lower body, the top body, and the abdominals at the same time while you're having sex. You gotta know how to do different angles. It's one of the main things, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me get off this shit right there. Let me get off this shit, you know what I'm
Shoot, you
saying?
may want to tell fellas
You
like
know
you
what I'm saying?
preach.
You need a mirror at the
Getting too
gym, but
real.
here in
Right.
that bedroom, you get the,
Right. That's
you
me.
know what I'm saying? You get to looking
Be
at
like, yeah,
yourself.
that's me.
Yeah,
That's
so you
me.
get to looking at
Yeah, that's
yourself while
me.
you hitting it, you know?
That's me right there. Yeah.
You get to
Yeah.
looking at that mirror while you hitting it.
Yes, sir.
Woo!
Straight
All right, let
back.
me get back.
Let me get it. Professional. You
All right. So since you have brought fitness into your life, did you also incorporate it within the household? Do you do like workouts with the kids, or that's something like, hey, when I get into a relationship, I like this to work out once or twice a week? Like,
Definitely. So with my kids and working out, so my kids love working out. Like that's crazy. Like my youngest son, hey, his push-up form is elite. Like he just got it, and he's 7, and I'm talking. He's like man, like manhandling the push-ups. And they like yoga, so because I do yoga a lot. And for my ladies, if you're gonna do yoga, I would definitely suggest just as a free moment for yourself, and you want to do it in your house, do topless yoga. If you're comfortable with that, and once you're completely comfortable with your body, I would say do naked yoga. I mean, you're in your house, you can do it on YouTube, and it's really just a freeing moment of you like really opening up your body to receiving what you're trying to give it, which is love. So I would definitely say try that. Yeah, my kids love working out. Like they don't like cardio. Like they don't want to walk around the track, but they want to do like push-ups, pull-ups, squats. They want to do some weight. They come to the gym with me, so they know, they know what working out looks like. I don't keep them from it. I try to, but I keep them from it. In my relationship, I'm sorry, what you say, Juice?
No, I'm about to say train some little soldiers, huh? Yeah.
If it's what they like, I ain't gonna press it on y'all. This is really my thing, but if y'all want to join, I guess. But in my relationship, I definitely want somebody who wants to go to the gym with me because I'm definitely a babe. Can we wear matching like colors? And I don't have to be like the same outfit, but like coordinate in a way. I mean, we don't have to work out together, but just being in the gym together, I see my baby over there.
We both looking the other way like.
Okay.
I'm like, baby,
That's nice. Okay. I like that.
So and that also helps me be with someone who cares about their health and cares about their life at the end of the day. I don't want to grow old at 60, 65, and I can't, what I'm saying, run up a flight of stairs or play with my grandchildren. Like I want to be that older woman who looks like she definitely takes care of her body. So, and I want my man to look like that too.
Honestly.
Climbing trees at 50, huh?
Exactly. I'm still trying to be popular. Yeah, it's 70.
Excuse me?
Oh.
That just happened.
Okay. I like that. That was gonna be one of my next questions with the whole kids thing. Um, I like that you threw the relationship aspect in there as well. Definitely, ladies, if you're doing a whole naked yoga thing, hey, definitely, fellas, if you're watching your lady do that, that's great foreplay. You know what I'm saying? While she's sitting there and things, she's like, yeah, like
Exactly.
it do a lot. It
See,
do a lot for both of y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So,
they do.
naked
You seen
yoga,
those memes? Like every yoga position, there's like a dude behind there. Like
right?
I'm saying, you
That's
know what
that's what we
I'm
thinking. He's like, yeah, I'm strengthening my soul. He like, yeah,
talking
trying to
about?
take it. So, all right, so you going to the gym. What type of music do you listen to? Sometimes I can get a different kind of workout. I can put on my R&B, get a different kind of vibe. Sometimes I might go in there and I might be on my hip hop vibe. Sometimes I might listen to lectures. It really just depends. So,
yeah.
what's your music when you're getting your best workout in?
Well, when I'm in my best workout, I definitely listen to a lot of like rap. I love listening to rap or like some horror. Like in my everyday life, I don't do anything without music. So in my everyday life, I listen to straight R&B. Like
Mhm.
I listen to love music all day. Let me just say that. Like
Okay.
that's just my vibe all day. But when I'm in the gym, I'm listening to something a little bit more ratchet, a little bit more like take that ass, bounce that ass. Like I'm hype. I'm listening to a little a little bit of Drake. I'm listening to some, some Rick Ross. I'm listening to everybody who's gonna take me to this level of I'm confident. I'm in this bit. I'm gonna get this workout in. Like this is just my time. That's probably when I'm at my like hardest self. But when I come home, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to, unless I'm just in the mood to, I don't know, dance. Yes, but every day, no, I'm listening to R&B. So when I'm in the gym, it's definitely a lot of ratchet rap music. A lot of curse words.
A lot of Megan Thee Stallion, a lot of Megan Thee Stallion,
Definitely a lot
little
of
B King.
Meg. Definitely a lot of BK.
Yeah,
I love me some
I know, I
BK.
know.
I love you some BK.
Oh man, my goodness, my goodness. No, man, like I'm the same way when I'm in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like I tell people, like, listen, it's either rap, seminars, lectures, or R&B music, right? Like sometimes I want to, as crazy as it sounds, sometimes I want to take sexual energy and use it to work out.
Mhm.
People don't even understand, like you can like transfer that same energy and work it out. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's why some people get aroused and they feel like they want to release. Like fuck
Mhm.
releasing. Use that energy and work out.
Mhm.
You might actually work out even harder. Like that's the crazy part. People don't want to talk about. Sometimes that sexual energy is so powerful, it makes you
Mhm.
work out harder. Right? I know. There's certain things I can do in the gym versus certain things I can do once I'm sexually aroused. I be, you know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
might pick up more than what I got on my plate. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that pleasure at the same time. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, I like this. I like this. I like this. Okay, tell me, give me your diet regimen. Like, is there a calorie intake? Is there a dairy intake? Do you give yourself cheat days, or is it like every day we just gonna knock it out?
Okay. So as far as diet for me, I don't really have a calorie intake. I'm more so I eat carbs. I just eat good carbs.
Mhm.
Good carbs and low carbs because I need the carbs in order to lift or I'm gonna, feel lightheaded, dizzy, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, so I definitely just eat low carbs, good carbs. As far as cheat days, not really. I may just choose to have like one bad snack, like maybe like one piece of candy or like one like small bag of chips, or I might just not do it at all and then decide to do like a cheat meal like later on in the week. And then I just have to be like totally clean the entire week. Have one bad meal on the weekend, and then after that I have to go straight back clean. If not, it'll mess with my digestive system.
Mhm.
So as far as vitamins, I do take vitamins. My Coach E, definitely has me on vitamins, amino acids. Ladies, I would definitely suggest whether you are pregnant, trying to get pregnant, not trying to get pregnant at all, I would definitely suggest take prenatal vitamins.
Mhm.
My coach put me onto those just because prenatal vitamins is giving our body double vitamins for us and baby. And for you to take them while you're not pregnant, you're getting double vitamins for yourself. So it's really, really helpful for us to take those. Fish oil is really good. And protein. I would definitely, I like vegan protein. That's what I take for me. I know a lot of people may like whey protein or just like different types of protein. Definitely fine. You definitely just have to do what works for you and where your goals are. But that's pretty much it for me. I'd either drink a protein shake for like a meal replacement, either breakfast or lunch, or have them as like a snack. Snacks that I have, like right now, I was like, man, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat some peanut butter real quick, and then come on the show. I take peanut butter. Assorted nuts is really good. Ones with no flavor, no barbecue, no wasabi. um, Fish. So I don't eat red meat at all. I'm more so just a seafood, fish, shrimp. I do not like crawfish. Sorry. I do not eat crawfish. I'll eat crawfish tails if it's like in etouffee or jambalaya, but just like plant. It just gives me like cringe.
You want to separate the body from the goods, huh? You want to separate the body. Huh?
That's a lot. It's got guts everywhere. It's just too much. Y'all can have it. I definitely love y'all for it. Black people. But yeah, that's pretty much my regimen. I would honestly say if I had to give advice for dieting, I would say don't like do like a fad diet. Like don't do that. Because it's just gonna stick with you for that time of you doing it. Then right when you go back to doing what you do to your normal day to day, you're gonna pile that weight back on and you may pile on more. So I would say just find a healthy medium for your body. And I would also say get with the nutrition to get your blood type, because now I learned with my coach, Coach E. I'm gonna shout her out because I did not know this until working with her via athletics. That you really should be eating according to your blood type. That definitely helps with weight loss, weight gain, just the everything with their body. So I would definitely say talk to a nutrition and learn what your blood type is and get a nutrition guide based on that. That would definitely help if I had to give any advice.
Pure facts. Pure facts.
Yeah.
What's healthy for one particular individual may not be the most healthiest option for somebody else based on your blood type. I like the fact that you brought up the carbohydrates. A lot of people do the keto thing. I'm not knocking it, but
I'm on a keto diet right now. I'm on a keto diet right now.
And this is the thing. How you lose weight is how you got to maintain it. So if you lose it by going the keto route, you have to do that forever. Because the minute you reintroduce carbs, you're going to tack back on way more fat than what you lost within that quick time period. And whey protein, for a lot of people that's lactose intolerant or not, whey protein is just way harder for the body to break down. So they do prefer the vegan routes in some situations. She brought up amino acids is key. I ain't gonna take over, but if you give your body enough amino acids, your RNA can make your own protein. So you don't have to load up on a bunch of protein. You load up on amino acids, let your body do its thing. I guess my question would be, this would be my last fitness question. Do you believe that every workout has to be high in intensity? Because I know a lot of people feel like if they work out, they got to kill themselves. It got to be an hour, 2 hours. If they don't sweat, they ain't did nothing. So what's your perspective on consistency within your workouts versus intensity?
It is definitely consistency, because you can definitely do a 30-minute workout every day consistently and see results. Whereas going in the gym, working out for an hour to 2 hours, you're really killing your joints, really. That's really pretty much all you're doing in my eyes. I do not go to the gym in there for an hour to 2 hours. I may go for an hour and 30 minutes, but that entire hour and 30 minutes, I'm not working out. That is not what I'm doing. I may work out for 1 hour entirely, but the other 30 minutes may be 15 minutes of me stretching and then 15 minutes of me in the sauna or another 15 minutes of me stretching after the workout. Plus, I have to add in cardio in there after, I lift weights. So I would definitely say that high timed workouts, like being in the gym for an hour, 2 hours working out, is just, I feel, putting too much stress on your body and just putting too much stress on your joints, really. That's what I would say.
Okay.
So I would suggest not.
I definitely do enjoy the answer right there. There's a lot of people, like you said, some people want the results of working out long. Like you're not sweating if you're not working out. Listen, there's times I didn't work it out at all, and I was still gaining massive muscle. I was like, bro, I'm just not sweating. Oh, your body's dehydrated. No, not dehydrated.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna
You
say.
know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different theories that people take on. Like, for instance, my keto diet right now is just straight. I'm water fasting. Taking water and salt water together. Salt water helps create electrolytes in your body that help restore me some type of energy in case I start feeling woozy. So that's the thing I'm doing right now. So yeah, but it is true. Like some keto diets, like if you do it extreme, the minute you revert back, it will catch up onto you immediately. So I don't know if this might be the last fitness question, but I feel like this is very important. There are some studies that just came out that's saying that actually working out doesn't change anything mental for you. It actually can damage it. What do you feel about that study?
You, you said working out can damage your mental. What was
Yeah,
it?
they say that working out actually no, the study said working out actually doesn't improve the mental, but it can actually damage it at the same time. So you have, what I'm saying, sometimes you have, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if, I don't believe that's a clickbait article, but you have people that make articles in the future trying to, change the route and perception of individuals. I've always ordered nothing but positive things from working out, but you have had people who have worked out to the extreme and end up like, whether it's taking steroids or always try to look better. Like you have individuals that kind of clocked out while working out and, whether they deleted themselves or went on a rampage. So I'm asking for your personal opinion. Like, how do you feel about the studies that released saying like, hey, working out really doesn't change your mental?
Hmm. So I say that it is really based upon the person because working out can make you feel very vain. Um, and I feel like that takes a hit on the mental. Um, I also feel that sometimes, especially being on social media, with working out and you following all of these fitness people and you're seeing their bodies where they are now, because you're following them where they are at a better place, but you didn't see them when they started. So you're basing your journey on what they look like right now, whereas you don't know how long it. Some of these people have been working out for 2 and 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Constantly going up and down with their body, and they're finally at a place where they are more consistent and they are actually seeing the results that they finally wanted to see. Whereas you're looking like, dang, I'm not, I'm working out too, but I'm not there yet. And sometimes you lose sight of, yes, yes, you're not there yet, but at least you're going to get there. At least you're taking yourself there. So that's why I always try to make posts on the fact of, yes, my body has been smaller. Yes, sometimes I feel like my body should have my body should be progressed more. But I love my body where it is right now, and I can't take anything from that, regardless of where I was or where I should be. I have to love me where I am now, and I feel like that part of the mental is where people get lost, and that could damage it. But as far as improving it, I definitely say working out will help improve it because you're at a place where you're getting your physical together, right? And everybody is very visual. Men, women, we're all very visual people because this is what we see. So you're at a place where what you see is becoming better. So that's gonna make your depression subside. It's gonna make you eat better, which will make your health better, your heart, your body, whatever, all of that, all of those things. It can make you a better partner, a better parent, because now you're having a place where you can take all these frustrations and release those endorphins that are laying dormant in your body while you're taking on the stresses of life. So I would say it just all depends on the person and who they are, you know what I'm saying, surveying to get this information because somebody can say, Working out improved me. I became a better mother and a better wife because I was able to go somewhere for an hour and completely focus on me. Whereas somebody else who is a bodybuilder and has always lived that life, and now they're slowly, maybe they've gotten pregnant and their body is different, and now they're like, well, I'm really depressed because my body is different, and I don't know if it's going to go back to being the same, and now that's a whole issue for them, and they feel like they can't, their worth is nothing without that validation of their physique. So I would just definitely say it's dependent upon the person. After
You
all
said
that.
major.
That's a damn good
That's
question.
something major right there. Validation of the physique. Validation of physique is a motherfucker. I'm telling y'all right now.
Right.
Only thing.
I would add on, like, I love the way you answered that. To each his own. Some people use it as like a playground for real life. So they practice like controlling stress, voluntary stress, so it makes them stronger in real life. Some people do it for the look. And then what a lot of people battle is they start battling their genetics. You start seeing maybe certain areas on your body improve faster than others. So it's like, okay, bet I gotta nudge myself on these other areas so I could, you know what I'm saying, make my physique fuller. And then some people lose themselves within the whole look process. And then you, like you brought up the people that, the social media people, like that's just perfect, right? And I think it was one guy in particular, Juice, you know, Cali Muscle. He was like, oh man, like that's goals. Then you find out he was on steroids. It's not to take away from all his work and dedication, but you don't know what people do behind the scene to reach that optimal physique. So comparison is a hell of a drug. It could work for you, it could work against you. I don't like studies like that, man. Like mentally, for people that you like, you don't see too many out of shape billionaires for a reason. They use it for discipline. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother conversation. But if you really want abundance in life, health is part of that abundance. So you gotta put your body through some type of stress to show that you can accomplish something and then see the results. That's the biggest practice.
Man, just to add on to what you just said, man. Some of y'all don't know. I'll tell you right now. In some positions in the world, organizations, corporate, if everybody's equally qualified, guess how they'll judge you? Based on your physique. It'll represent that you're disciplined or undisciplined to them. It's crazy. It's crazy that sound like sometimes they really do that. It's all about, okay, if everybody's qualified, how are we going to separate who we're going to hire? Then they start looking at you closely. That's why they say social media plays to effect. Okay, how are they posting? How is this going on? Okay, well, this was one. Like, it's a lot to it that people think is not there, but it is absolutely there. There was something you said. Oh, yeah, I was about to say, when it comes to the influencer world, the fitness world, you had a guy named Liver King. He got exposed big time, massive steroids. And if you ever see his body, shit, I ain't gonna lie, body look good. But, yeah, straight up. But he fooled everybody saying he's been doing this by eating raw liver. If you see his body, you would just be like, man, what the fuck? All I gotta do is eat raw liver and work out. But then it hit him back once the emails got released, how much steroids he was taking. He started getting sued by millions of people. Bro, he's getting sued for millions of dollars. His brand is ruined. So, like she said, you got to find out what's best with you and what connects with you. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people that like, some people will eat for fiber, and some people will take things that have fiber. So just find out what best works for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, we about to move the goalposts.
Yeah,
Any more?
I'm ready to cross that femininity border. You got something else on fitness you want to throw in, Peaches?
I just want to say the main thing that's keeping me working out, honestly, is myself, my mental health, and my children. Because you just don't know how bad you will need your physical, strength and your physical endurance until you have to use it in real life. Like, just throwing out a scenario, like my son, he's 11, but he has epilepsy, and I live on the second floor. So if my son, has a seizure and he's unresponsive, I'm not really waiting for the ambulance. Like, I'm picking my baby up and I'm carrying him downstairs, and we're getting in the car and I'm taking him to the hospital. Now, had I been my more undisciplined, very carefree bodily self, I wouldn't have enough strength to pick up an 11-year-old who's 5'3" and I'm only 5'2". You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have the strength to do that. But the fact that I've continued to condition my body for these real life situations,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel more prepared. And also, ladies, with like, if you're single, carrying your own groceries. I love going to the store and coming out, and I'm carrying all my groceries upstairs in that first trip. One or two, that's
Yeah.
it. It's done.
One trip.
Like it's over with. One or two, we done. Also with safety, like I'm not gonna fight a man. I'm gonna definitely try to outrun you, or I may like I got some pretty strong legs. I may kick you or something. You know what I'm saying? But just having that strength and that you know quickness or whatever you want to call it. I can't think of the word. But yes, having that and being able to be more able to work yourself and work your body and know how to position yourself in certain situations that you wouldn't think that you would be in, but you'll need your physical strength and knowing how to maneuver your body to get yourself out of them. So
I like that. I said I was done, but just adding on. You know, fellas, we always say, hey, you know, we used to stay safe. Now we say stay dangerous. By dangerous, we mean like be able to play offense and defense in life. You know what I mean? Your defense is preparing for situations that's unknown, and you're going to be ready for those situations. So you never know when you got to run, swim, you know, carry groceries, do whatever, protect, do whatever. You can't do that. You out of breath. Your legs weak, arms weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be talking about, yeah, let's go to war. And, okay, cool. Like, what's your blood
will
pressure?
you
Like,
laugh?
you hear a
Yeah.
loud scream and you got high blood pressure, you're going to pass out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and for women, I think it's very important for women to have that mentality as well. Like, men protect, that's cool and great, but females also protect themselves as well to particular, like, points or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if everybody in the house is healthy, that house is protected at a higher value than versus just one or two people being healthy within the house and strong and being able to handle themselves. So one last story I'll share is when I went to get my handgun license years back, it was a white male who was teaching the class, and he was like, yo, my whole family, we do drills. Everybody in the house know how to shoot. When we go to a restaurant, everybody know the exits. We do drills. We prepare for everything. So it's like, okay, yeah, he the man. He could probably put in the most work, but everybody in the house, from the kids, wife, everybody, is on point. So you gotta stay dangerous the right way. So
Right. The last thing I'll say is one of the main things when it comes to fitness to know if you physically fit, you got to be able to pull up your own body. That's one of the most aspects. You can't pull your own body weight. That's going to be a problem. I remember a guy told me right now, he said, listen, if you was hanging off the cliff right now and you could pull your body weight, that was over. So that really stays in my mind a lot as I like move forward. I make sure I do a little exercise. Like I ain't got big as I used to be, to tell you, but I gotta just maintain that. Main thing he said was maintaining to pull your body weight up. Last thing I say is, man, you was talking about the legs, man. Yeah, hey fellas, watch out for them thunder thighs, man. Them thunder thighs are motherfucker, man. Them thighs hey, thighs can crack a watermelon, baby. I'm just saying, y'all
They
better be
can.
careful.
They really can. Don't
Thighs can crack a whole
you put
motherfucking
on you and you
watermelon.
can't move. You got
if
you
it
put
can
on.
crack a watermelon, it can crack a skull. So be careful. Be
Right.
careful.
Big thighs save lives and they can take lives.
Big thighs save lives and
We
take lives, I
we
guess.
giving.
Give and take.
Give or
Like, just
take.
give and take. All right. So to the more controversial side of the conversation,
Oh, here
femininity.
we go.
All right. Ooh, just got a
I'm ready.
little hotter.
Man, I had to put my
All right.
suit on for this.
Yeah, you might. I don't know. You might have to take your blazer off. Man. I
Hey,
don't know.
I got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
vest on, man. I got the
Yeah.
vest on,
So, femininity. I guess my first question on femininity is, what do you think by average? What is the most uncomfortable thing you think that women take in femininity? Like, what is the most uncomfortable part about it?
uh, are you saying the most uncomfortable part of why some women don't lean into their feminine energy?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I would say some women believing that femininity means that you are either gullible or weak. I think that is probably the most I don't know. I'm not gonna say the most. I would think that that would probably be one of the things, because when people say, "Oh, I'm living soft girl era," they're like, "Soft? You just soft? You know, like you're in full submission. You're surrender." Like, we didn't say we were weak. We just said we were feminine. You know, we just said we were ladies. And by no means am I a pushover or a doormat. I'm just a lady, and I'm carrying myself as such. And I think that may be one of, a thing that may rip that for a woman, or her believing that if she's in her feminine energy, it's taking away from her being maybe the boss that she is in her work life. A lot of women try to take boss and put it from work life to home life, and it's like, if I'm if I'm married to my husband, I'm not I'm not a boss at home. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I may be the CEO. I may be
mm,
that, but I'm not
mm,
like the head honcho. At the end of the day, I give my suggestions, my feedback, but if he is the head of my household, the final decision
mm,
comes up to him on what's best for our family.
mm.
So I would say that some women feel like being in a position of femininity or being in a position of a soft girl means that you're taking the back seat to something, and that's not true at all, because you can move the world with your femininity easily,
Yeah. Said it
easily.
before, I say it again. Men will kill for femininity. They will kill for that. Men will kill for femininity faster than some masculine shit. Literally wrong. I was like, but anyway.
Hopefully, hopefully.
All right. Let me jump in my bag real quick. One thing I want to do is compliment you straight off the tops. You said you're not being soft, that you're being a lady, right?
Hmm.
But some people don't understand. For instance, I had a dinner Sunday, and there was a moment where, hey, this person was, talking. I'm walking to the car, and she was like, "Oh yeah, don't forget to get my door." And I said, "That's not a problem." You know what I'm saying? And I also said, "Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I might not get the door every time, but I don't mind getting the door." She was like, "Well, you call yourself a gentleman. A gentleman should always
Mm,
get the door." I said, "Okay, you want to play that game?" I said, "What is the female version of a gentleman?"
mm,
Hmm.
She didn't know what it was. I said, "It's called being a lady." I was like, if you feel like you can question me on how to be a gentleman, I should question you on how to be a lady. Otherwise, the whole relationship is not complimentary, it's one sided.
Hmm.
See, you want me to cater to you, but you don't know how to cater to a man at the same time. That's going to be one of the most difficult things if a man is really in true his masculinity and he takes the
mhm,
title of a gentleman. Make sure you can be complimentary when I say be a lady. Know how to do certain things.
mhm.
But, oh, let me not be an a-hole too quick. uh,
In
let
your
me,
bag, man.
yeah,
In
yeah,
your
man.
bag.
Hey, listen, man. This is my type of shit right here. So I'll say this. I'll say this. When as you say, you're a lady.
I'm a lady.
How how when you start recognizing your energy, your attributes, your femininity, and you embrace the title of being a lady, how was the energy around you when you start showing it, displaying it?
Okay, you know what's so funny? I had this conversation with a dear friend of mine that I called my sister earlier. I said, if they ask me, I wonder if they're gonna ask me this question. And she's like, well, what are you gonna say? And I told her I was really honest with her, and she brought light to my life. Because I was like, I was like, sis, I don't really know when I became into my feminine energy. And she was
Mm,
like, well, Fred, I think it was always there, because we've known each other since we were 7. So she was like, well, you've always been feminine to me. And I'm like, hmm.
mm,
I'm like, maybe it's the fact that I always presented myself as a lady, but not really knowing what that energy was called, or even really how to fully tap into it and cultivate it for myself. So I was never, being a lady or being in feminine energy is not really something you can be shown it,
Mm,
but actually being taught it, you can't, because being taught it means that you can reject it. And I feel like being feminine is something that we as women have naturally into us. We just have to be open to opening it and accepting
mm,
it and putting it into practice on our daily lives, right?
mm,
So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know I was in my feminine energy until I stopped living in survival mode. I stopped
Oh.
living in fight or flight mode, and I started accepting that this is my life and I'm going to live it as such, and I'm going to live it in flow. And I'm just going to flow through life. And anything that happens to me that may look like a negative, I'm not going to see it that way. I'm going to see what is the positive that I'm learning from this. It was almost as if I started realizing how to separate my anxiety and my intuition, and learning that this is a moment where I am not going into a stressor, but it's a moment that's actually teaching me something. And the fact that I could like teach myself, nurture and care for myself is what truly gave me, insight and like true divinity that, oh, I'm stepping into my feminine energy. I'm learning how to nurture and care for myself. And this is the energy that I've been given to other people. And the fact that I never gave it to me, I didn't even know what it was called. So I think that's when I really knew that I was in my feminine energy, when I learned how to nurture and care for myself and realized that I was giving this same energy to everybody else, which is why everybody else felt like I was so feminine or I was such a lady. Me, it was just, I'm just being kind. I'm just being generous. I'm just being sweet. This is just who I am. So,
Okay. 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 Hey, you. This is church. Yeah, this is church. I'm ready to put some money in the collection plate. Goddamn.
well, let me get my hat. Cause
Hey, what's that cash up?
I mean, I ain't gonna
let
lie.
Yeah,
me
That
drop
play
my
come to
cash
me, ain't
up.
gonna
I'm dropping
get
10
it.
that's
cents.
powerful. Cash up in the comments. That is powerful. Separating
Thank you.
anxiety from intuition. Intuitive intelligence is key. Emotional intelligence is key. Don't just feel.
Yes,
Know what you feel. Be able to separate it. Powerful. Okay. Okay.
exactly.
Um, I guess my question would be: is the masculine power aspect addictive to women on an average? Would you say is that an addictive energy for
Us,
females?
us being in our masculine energy,
Yeah.
I would say for women who's never tapped into their feminine energy, I wouldn't say that it's addictive. I would say that that is a place that they are most comfortable because that is probably the only place they've been. So anything else will feel like too much of a shakeup. It would not feel as if I'm being natural. When in reality, being the way that you are, being very closed off, very guarded, very, very argumentative, is a place where you're not even naturally supposed to be. So the fact that you feel like somewhere that is natural for you is unnatural is not something where you are most happy. It's just somewhere where you are most comfortable at the moment because you've never been anywhere else. Where in reality, where you are is really probably the most toxic. And if you come over here to this side, you'll be at more peace and more harmony. But a lot of people are afraid of that type of change in their life. And it's kind of like, don't be afraid to be who you naturally are. You were born a woman for a reason. It was the reason why God was like, yeah, I'm going to take that soul and make it a woman. Like this, being a woman is like so lit. Like, but I can only say that because I really enjoyed being able to be soft and be nurturing and be caring to myself and really like bask in that and enjoy it. Whereas I could think like if I was a guy, like I wouldn't be able to do all of this. Like I wouldn't be able to like feel this way. Like, oh my God, I would feel it wouldn't feel natural to me. So I'm also add this in there. The fact that I can take my feminine energy and like give some of it to, somebody that I'm with, I would say like that is like the best part for me because you don't know what that feels like to be in your feminine energy unless I like help, balance that out for you or help teach you how to cultivate that for a man perspective. But for me to be able to give you that, like, I'm able to give you a spa day. I'm able to, rub your hair or run your bath water or just do little things that most people just think are not important to everyday life. And the fact that I'm able to bring that peace and that energy of softness into your life, whereas y'all's life are more like hard, it's more logical, it's more, you know what I'm saying? It's more that way. And to give y'all something that makes just for these few hours a little bit softer is just golden to me. So yeah. I just wanted to throw that in there.
So you walk around with kryptonite on you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, you know I gotta wait for words, man. You know I gotta wait for words, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, ladies, listen, that femininity, man, it's kryptonite to a man. Like, if you ever pay attention to seduction and manipulation, it comes from a feminine aspect for a man to act on. It's really not too masculine, right? You can soothe a man easier by being vulnerable than you can by being hard. So it's all about the emotional intent, the connection. All that is one of the best appealing things to a man. So you coming out the jacket too? What was going on?
I'm just trying to get it around.
Like, what's going on here? Like, I came out the jacket. You gonna come out the jacket?
I was talking a lot. I started getting a little
Well,
hot.
it getting hot.
Hey, listen, I came out the jacket, and all of a sudden I'm talking. She come out the jacket.
I was talking a lot. I was like, hold on. I'm starting to get hit me now. I'm trying to teach my sister something. Let me teach y'all real quick.
All right, I came out the jacket my damn self. I don't mind teaching still. All right. Let's go ahead. Let me get back in my bag. So I'll ask you this: when it comes to femininity, is it an on and off switch, or can a person truly stay within that realm?
I would say it's truly dependent upon the woman, the lady. I'm gonna say it's truly dependent upon the lady, because the thing about having feminine energy is learning how to cultivate it in different scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, having feminine energy is not always about, just, it's not always about roses and daisies and just being soft and, cooking my man a meal and being submissive. It's not all that. It's, let's say you're in a situation where y'all having a disagreement, right? And in most cases, let's say if you were a more masculine woman, in most cases, y'all having a disagreement, you're going louder than him. I mean, you going at it. Y'all are like, dog and dog, just going at it. That, to me, that's way too much masculine energy. Why are we right here at the same platform right here? In my feminine energy, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the situation from here down to here. And because I'm here, and because I'm a feminine woman, and because you respect me as such, you're gonna bring your level down here to meet me. Mm-hmm. But that's why I say ladies look at femininity as you're taking a back seat to something, when in reality you can run the world. The fact that you can take a man who is up here and bring him down here to your level says a lot about how you're operating and flowing in your femininity. Because really, femininity is just learning how to, like I said, cultivate that energy and bring it into different realms of life and using it to make situations lighter, to make them easier, to make them less chaotic. Feminine energy to me just feels like peace, whereas a woman being fully in her masculine energy is chaos. So we either got peace or we got chaos. Now, if you can bring those two together and be balanced in both, now you're working in your divine, your divinity, because you've taken chaos and peace and made it one. Because sometimes you have to have that bit of fire in you, because sometimes you that's the part of you that respects your boundaries. That's the part that keeps you from being that weak or that, underbelly type of woman. Because I'm feminine, but I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I'm gonna let you know how it made me feel, for one, and I'm gonna say it very nicely. I'm gonna let you know how it made me feel, why I feel that way, and this is how I'm not gonna let it happen again. And I can say all those things and not offend you, or not make you feel like I'm belittling you because something that you did to me, making me feel some type of way, or something that you said I did not agree with. Like, I can do all of that and get my point across without it being a confrontational situation. So, so I would just say, femininity is learning how to just move your energy in different spaces without it having to take you out of who you truly are. You can't straddle the fence with it. Either you're gonna be all the way in or you're gonna be all the way out. And you're not gonna have all good days. You're gonna, spaz, but it's how you react in your spasm. Everything is about how you react. a real lady is gonna know how she's gonna react. She's gonna think before she reacts. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna make the best choices in her reactions. A lady knows if she has a bad attitude, she knows how to go within herself and say, okay, why do I have a bad attitude, and why am I taking that attitude and lashing out to everybody else as if it's their issue to deal with? If I have a stank attitude, I'm not gonna come and cause friction to you. If I, you know, this is something that I have to deal with on my own. But with some people, they have an attitude. Oh, baby, everybody gonna feel that attitude that day. You not about to cross them without them snapping at you, and you're like, damn, what I did to you? Mm. But you being very masculine. You're not figuring out what's going on with me. Let me go within myself and figure out what I'm doing wrong with me before I give off this energy to everybody else. So back to the question. I would say that there is no flipping flopping. Either you're going to be in your feminine energy and learn how to cultivate that in all your everyday walks of life, or you're going to decide that, hey, I don't really care to be feminine. I'm going to be still as nails, and that's just how I'm going to live my life. Like, I don't think you can turn it off once you got it on.
I like that. I like that a lot. But what you had said earlier, I wanted to tell people, if you know the story of the Hulk, Bruce Banner, anytime he had to come back to reality before causing chaos, it was always a woman that touched him in the face and talked to him. That's what femininity is. Your touch, your talk can calm a man down from doing irrational things. You actually have a chance to save that man's life and his decision making. That's how powerful the woman is in aspect when it comes to relationships. And anytime you feel like you got to be direct, rude, or anything of that nature, always know that you can always do it in a feminine aspect and get even better results. You know, it's just you got to pick and choose when to turn that on and when to turn that off. I know when I say like some people are halfway in, some of us men refer to them as chameleons, meaning that they know how to be feminine, but they would rather use it to manipulate the situation. Meaning you want to be feminine for your benefits, but you don't want to be feminine for another person's benefit. It's just gonna cause chaos. But yes, great answer. You know, I got a lot of questions on this subject. You know, like, we're gonna be
good. Yeah. I would say, just adding into that perspective, a lot of people battle about like who leads society in totality, but both sexes lead within their own ways. So for every chaotic man, most likely he probably got like a chaotic mother. He probably deals with chaotic women. So chaos tends to be his leadership, because that's what he's prone to. We have movies like Chirac, to where you had like every woman within the community, they came together and they was like, hey, look, these men are, you know, they gang banging, they killing each other. So in order for us to stop the violence, every woman went like abstinent on their men. So there's no sex. As long as you killing somebody else, there's no sex. So eventually that solved the problem. And they got it from like watching a movement from women in another country. So the seductive energy within femininity is very powerful. So is there like a moral compass with the seductive energy within femininity that women should employ? Because a lot of women can like seduce their way through life, and they do it only for their personal gain. So what's like the balance for women to do it for like their personal gain and the gain of like their family, their culture, like et cetera, et cetera? Like, how would you break that down?
I would honestly say for that topic, I would say eventually doing things like that as a woman, like I always reference, we are a portal. So continuing to use your gift in a hazardous way, and you're sleeping with these other souls who are only who may love you or may be enthralled by you, and for you to be putting that energy out to them and you receiving an energy of lack inside of you, you're going to be carrying around all this energy. So eventually your whole entire personality will soon be different. Like a woman who uses sex, and it's not even femininity, because I feel like a lot of people get femininity and girly mixed up, and it's two different things. Yeah. Like just because a woman, you know, can dress well, smell well, and just give this visual of a feminine woman doesn't mean that's her at her core. She just looks the part, but she's not the part. So I feel like that's where a lot of men get that part confused, where they end up with women who use their girliness, you know, as a way of, oh, I'm feminine. And then you get seduced into something that's not even real. It's not even a feminine woman. She just looks like a feminine woman. She just dressed like what you would think a feminine woman would dress like, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if more men have that discernment from saying this is what femininity looks like and start realizing that this is what femininity feels like, they will have a better outcome on that for them. So the moral compass is y'all. Y'all have to have the moral compass, because we as women, we decide who we sleep with, right? Y'all can't just come up to him and say, hey, I want to sleep with you, and it happens like that. But if I, as a woman, come up to you, Juice, and say, hey, you know, I just want to spend the night with you. You know, after this, we don't have to do nothing else, but I really want to, you know what I'm saying, be with you for tonight. Okay, let's do that. Let's go.
Okay.
Whereas, you know what I'm saying, that's what we can choose who we sleep with, and it's more open. Y'all will be more reluctant to come to us. Whereas y'all can't choose who y'all sleep with. Y'all choose who you decide to partner yourself with. So I would say the moral compass is up to y'all to have a little bit more better discernment on what a feminine woman actually feels like, and not what she looks like to you. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I had to back up.
Preach to the choir.
In our world, Bob Marley had a quote. He was like, yo, like if a man awakens the love within a woman and he doesn't tends to show the responsibility behind it, then he's a coward. So it's like if we seduce women and we don't show like the whole shebang, the responsibility, the provision, then they like, yo, you're not even a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're using your seductive energy as a man, but you're not using how you're supposed to use it. So that's powerful. Powerful.
I like that.
Oh yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to this S word. Submission. Anyway, let me go to work, man. With femininity and submission, I would ask, how does that make you feel when you know you're going to submit? I'll give you an example. In my life, I can clearly tell when a woman's submitting to me, and sometimes they'll verbalize it straight up. Like sometimes people will like verbalize their submission to you. As a man, as me individually, I always will pitch out, listen, your submission will not be taken advantage of. You'll get my provision, my protection, you'll get a piece of my mind. I shall not abuse what you're willing to give me, for every other man cannot receive what you're offering. So I'm saying for you, when it comes to that, maybe, how you know, like, whatever, I would say how you know, how does that make you feel when you submit and know you're in the right hands?
Well, for me as a woman, I mean, that's pretty much gold in life. Like, to be fully submitted to someone who I know will, you know, protect me, and not protect me in this physical realm, but protect my mental, emotional, and spiritual space, is what ultimately I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is part of my purpose, you know, because in him protecting me in that way, I will in turn protect his peace, you know, and that's my bit of it, because peace in a household and peace to a man is worth a lot. That's worth the world, because he can give better decisions and he can make better choices if he has peace in his life. So for me, knowing that I'm going to submit to someone who's going to be, you know, what I need and what I want in every aspect, that, I mean, it's like almost, why not? You know what I mean? It's not like, why are you doing it? It's I feel like, why not? Why aren't you doing it? Like, I don't know why a woman who has a man who is completely everything that she desires and needs and wants, and choose to be very harsh or very reluctant to him or very combative with him. And it's like, almost like, well, are you trying to push him to somebody else? It's like, are you trying to show him that you don't care, that you don't love him? Because it's like, that's what a man is here to do, to provide for you. I mean, they can't provide softness all the time. That's not really what they do. They can't provide, you know, full on I'm not gonna lie, a lot of men can't provide intimacy all the time. Some men need that part from a feminine woman. And some men, if you are the feminine woman, that will have helped them tap into their feminine energy, which is their affection, their intimacy, their open communication with you, you know, telling you, actually giving you reassurance.
Good boy, she's talking, boy.
You know what, reassurance without request is very, that's like golden. When you don't have to request for somebody to reassure you, that's when you know you have them flowing with you just as much as you're flowing with them. So that's my answer.
That was beautiful. I clip
Yeah,
that shit, nigga. I
yeah,
clip that
there's,
shit.
there's a lot of clips. There's gonna be a lot of clips. We're clipping it up. Hey, I don't want to take up too much time. I think that was great. Juice, you got anything you want to add?
Man, I got the main thing I want to get answer right there. Because as you all say, y'all know what Kevin said was, and one of the best things he always says, when a woman submit, at least be able to provide as you should as a man. Femininity, like I said, is a drug. It's a cure. It can be everything for a man to want to, for instance, come home. We always talk about reason why men are rejecting relationship is, you know, the choice and options they have when it comes to women. So, and as I said, women are soft. Like I warn women, like when I talk to them, listen, I like my women soft. Like when you start getting like a loud aggressive, I'm gonna repeat it one last time. Like I like them soft. And can I understand some people can't kick the habit? Yeah, I can, but at the same time, I always been a person like, well, they always say, look, what one person can't do, another person can.
Hmm?
But you know, some people have it in their minds that a man or a woman should be more patient for some of the outcomes for them to happen. I always been a person that been like, yo, potential is good, but it's also bad because you still have the potential to do nothing. So I would say I would take the necessary steps and just see what can happen if you start tapping in different natures. I mean, different energies. What it can actually do for you, right? I at one point I was very aggressive, right? Very aggressive. I didn't want to hear shit from another man. You couldn't tell me nothing, right? But I realized like there was always that one person that might have been patient would be like, pull like, yo, hey, listen, let me let you know you cutting out opportunities the more you do that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I even warn a woman like, listen, the more you act like this, the more you cut off opportunities for yourself. I'm just letting you know. The men that you want, trust me, if you are in a certain energy, they'll gravitate you naturally. Versus like you can have everything a man want, but when you talk, he don't want to be around that shit. So it's very important that you know how to do your, you know, I would say fluctuate your energies. But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, okay, okay. Alrighty. Peaches, anything you want to add? Any questions you got for us?
Man, I got a question. My fault. I forgot.
Go ahead.
Sorry about repeating. Listen, well, everything you got going on,
Mhm.
femininity and fitness,
Yeah.
that people don't know, like people will say, like, yo, there's fitness within femininity. So I would say, is there anything that you have up your sleeve? Like, do you plan on doing a class or doing a meet, a brunch, or lunch? Get some girls together. You start teaching this stuff. Like, listen, I'll sponsor your motherfucking first meal. I ain't gonna lie. First six people. That's it. I ain't doing all that. I'll buy the unlimited mimosas if you're gonna teach. But like I said, like do you have anything up your sleeve? Like I'm just kind of curious.
You know, I just want to say, I just want to give you guys roses, actual roses, because I really appreciate your platform and you giving me this space to just speak on my experience. Like, in no shape or form, and I just want to put this disclaimer out there, am I any professional on what I've talked about here? This is basically off of my own personal experience. And the fact that you guys and your viewers like rock with me that hard to where you guys are enjoying my experience and just, you know, me being me. You really putting me in a place where I'm really thinking about just maybe like having a brunch and having like a meeting, a meetup, I mean, with ladies. And I do have some other ladies that I would love to come and teach, like Tyler. I think she's on here. I would love for her to be one of those ladies who come with me and help other women who are seeking peace in their life, which for me is femininity, who's seeking that part in their life, who's tired of feeling like I'm fighting against the world and the world is fighting me back, but it's only because you're turning your polarity to, you know, the opposite of who you are. So when you're in your masculine energy, your polarity is off from your natural self. So you're gonna repel from your blessings. Let's change that. You know what I'm saying? Let's change your mental perspective of your life. Life doesn't have to be survival mode. It can be softness. You can be in your soft girl area. You can be in your soft girl area and be a single mom, a single lady, an older woman, a married woman, young woman, at any area of your life. You can change your perspective and live in your divinity, right? So y'all are just really hyping me up. So this is definitely something that I am gonna think about, because I would love to help and just to be able to meet these people who are here, you know, these ladies who are here that may want to meet and do brunch with me and actually like are able to give their questions in a private setting. You know, a lot of people don't want to ask that here on the live. And if anyone wants to send me a DM, you're more than welcome to ask me anything about femininity, anything about fitness, anything about sex on Pleasure with Peach. That's my other page. I'm open to answer all of those questions. So I just want to say thank you once again. Like I said, I would love to give you guys actual flowers for your service as Black men and giving us, our people, a space where we can speak on things, like you said, that are comfortable and uncomfortable, and get those out there and say, hey, these things may be uncomfortable, but they're common, and there's other people who go through it too, and this is what they think about it, and what do you think about it? So yes, thank y'all so much. lots of kisses and hugs.
Thank you. Yeah, as we was speaking before the episode, you have a very wide range of requests to come back to the show. Every woman that watches the show taps in with both of us. They're like, I love her energy, I love her vibe. She's so feminine, she's so this, she's so that. So most definitely you have a great purpose within this, what you're doing right now. We definitely want to see you get it moving, get it pushing, make it happen. You know, hey, we can pull up to any event. Just, you know, let us know. Talking that talk in the building, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do.
Can I say this real quick? I want to
Yeah.
say something real quick. If y'all complimented me all night, let me just break these two down real quick. So I know X from school. X since high school has always been a gentleman. Like, no lie. Like, this guy is like top tier, like masculinity, like very respectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that guy. He shows up in a room. Juice, I met Juice in real life. Juice is a definite gentleman. Like, he carries himself with the utmost respect for himself and whoever he has around him. And I appreciate that from both of y'all, because interacting with both of y'all, I have never felt more protected and more honored to be around such men who carry themselves as such, and they respect women who carries themselves as such. And if not, y'all still have that respect as a man to carry yourself as such, you know? So yeah, y'all pull up to the event so they can ask y'all questions in real life.
You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that.
I was like grinding my teeth. I wasn't trying
I
to
like
do it.
that.
Like,
I like
really
that.
like this. Like,
He's like, yeah. I like that. Hey, so if they ever trying to like Jonathan Majors, y'all got the proof right here, but that's not cat. We ain't do that. We ain't do that. That wasn't us. I'm sorry. That wasn't us. We ain't do that. That's not us. Yeah, that's wrong brother. But, hey, but as always, we appreciate you. We appreciate everybody for tapping in. Talking that Talk Official Podcast. Make sure you tap into the YouTube channel. We have other content with Miss Peaches. Tap into the channel. We thank you for watching. Miss Peaches, we'll let you give all of your handles so everybody can follow you as well.
Okay, my fitness page is Work That Peach. Yes, Peach. And my sex coaching page, where I am helping women and men and couples discover their pleasure centers and how to better explore those and how to communicate those with your partner. You can follow me at pleasure_with Peach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tap in, ladies. Tap in. Fellas, too. All right, Juice, you got something? We can close out.
Let's go close out. Like, hey, listen, I appreciate everybody supporting. If y'all do want that brunch or that feminine brunch, ladies getting together, hey,
Definitely.
direct talk to Peach about it. You know what I'm saying? I really would like to put
It
her
go
out
down
there.
in
Period.
DM. Yeah, yeah,
Because this the thing
yeah.
is, when you have feminine women together, other people start joining in as well. So
Mhm.
whether can't teach, another feminine woman can be there as well. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all better be in some goddamn dresses and some pearls. That's what I like.
Hey, hey,
Dresses and
hey,
pearls,
hey,
baby.
hey,
Hey,
let's go
dresses and
down, man.
pearls.
I like champagne. I like champagne. You know what I'm saying? We
You know
popping
what I'm saying?
down
I
in
like
here.
my
I like
bubble.
champagne.
I
You know what
like
I'm saying? What we doing? Ace of Spades? What we doing? What we
No,
doing?
I put my pinky up. I put my pinky up.
You
You know,
know
I
what I'm
can do that.
saying? Yeah. Yeah, hey,
oh,
appreciate y'all as
hilarious.
always. It's a pleasure. Man.
All right, y'all. Peace. Have a great day.